It's wintertime right now. Whenever the seasons start to change, and specifically going from summer into fall, the music that I'm listening to starts to change as well. And this fall, what was really hitting the spot for me was Pretty Odd and A Fever You Can't Sweat Out by Panic! At the Disco. And that has bled into my winter listening as well and kind of just broadened into all of their music. And I thought that it would be so fun today to go through every single song the band has ever made and rank them, because what else am I going to do on a Saturday? I've been listening to Panic! At the Disco since like 2015, I want to say. So I feel like I'm pretty familiar with their discography and qualified to make this video. They've consistently been one of my favorite bands throughout the years, but there are certainly albums that I listen to a lot more than others. I will say that in preparation for this video, I did listen to Viva Las Vengeance. That's what it's called, right? Hold on. Fake fan. Yeah, Viva Las Vengeance. I definitely have my favorites. I think they have a great catalog of music. I know that there are some pretty polarizing opinions that people have about which albums are better or like where the cutoff is. I don't subscribe to that. I actually do rock with a lot of Panic! At the Disco's like newer stuff, but we'll see. My preferences will definitely start to become apparent as I start doing the rankings. I have my laptop right here, and I took the time to enter into this website every single song that Panic! At the Disco has ever made on the albums, okay? We're not including like Me by Taylor Swift featuring Brendan Urie. There's already enough songs, and I don't want to talk about that song, okay? We're gonna be going through the track list of A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, Pretty Odd, Vices and Virtues, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, Death of a Bachelor, Pray for the Wicked, and Viva Las Vengeance. But yeah, I think this is plenty. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 83 songs. The sun is up right now. We'll see if it's dark when I finish this video, because I feel like this is gonna take a really long time, but I'm ready. I'm here for it. And I want you all to know that I intend to not be objective at all. This is all opinion based, but I will be speaking my opinion as if it's fact. And if that pisses you off, good. Let's get into it. It's 4:02 p.m. at the time that I'm starting. Okay. Oh my God. Wait, the first one is hard. Camisado versus The Overpass. And I really like The Overpass, actually. Wait. This is going to be a lot of me like playing the songs. Even though I know them, I need to like listen. I will say, I know this might be a hot take. I don't know. I actually really fuck with Pray for the Wicked. I know people hate on it because it has Saturday Night and Silver Lining on it, but I like the big band stuff. When Brendan Urie was on Broadway doing Kinky Boots, I got to see a Broadway show that he performed in, and it was so good. That was such a cool experience. Like, I live in California. It was the first time I ever went to New York, and I got to see him perform on Broadway, and it was so good. And then when Pray for the Wicked came out, like, the album is clearly about his time in New York and his time being on Broadway. I actually really enjoyed that album, even though it's not my typical taste. Like, I'm not usually so pop leaning, but they had like a lot of cool big band stuff on that album, and The Overpass is like maybe my favorite song on the album. I really love it. This is hard. I'm gonna go with Camisado. Am I saying that right? I've never said that song title out loud.
Camisado or Camisado.
Camisado? Am I stupid? Whatever. Build God, Then We'll Talk versus Ready to Go. Easy, Build God. Saturday Night versus This Is Gospel. Gospel. She's a Handsome Woman versus Death of a Bachelor. Another one that I feel like I might get low-key crucified for. That's a hard pick. I'm gonna say something controversial. I think I have to go with Death of a Bachelor on this one. Oh my gosh. 3,403. I just looked at the amount of number. Oh my gosh. I have to answer 3,403 prompts. I thought that this was going to be like a fun, easy video. This is going to take me a couple days. Bruh. That's crazy. I'm on question number 7 of 3,403. Okay. I'm I'm locking in. I can't tell a story about every single song, but I will say, again, I know I was just saying this about Pray for the Wicked, but Death of a Bachelor, I really like that album. I like really, really genuinely like that album a lot. And I know I feel like people are split on that album. I feel like some people like it. I've definitely heard people say that they think it's like cringy. It's nostalgic for me as well. I remember when it came out, it was around the time that I had like first started driving, and I would drive in my first car and listen to that album all the time. I remember like walking from high school one day, and I had parked my car on a curb terribly, as I did and still do sometimes, and my car had a ticket on it, and everyone from my school saw that my car had a ticket, and it was embarrassing, and I was upset about it, and I got in my car and I put on Death of a Bachelor and drove away and listened to it really loud. And so I have an affinity for that album for this reason. And I think this is hard, but I'm going to go with Death of a Bachelor. King of the Clouds versus Nearly Witches. Nearly Witches. I already know that Nearly Witches is going to be a top tier song. It's going to be in the top 5 or 10 for sure. Say It Louder versus The Calendar. Calendar. I can't believe how long this is going to take. I can't believe I have to do 3,400 of these questions. I literally was like, oh, this will be like a fun, easy video. We'll talk about Panic at the Disco. It'll be cute. It'll be light.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
I'm going to end it. 9 in the Afternoon versus We're So Starving. I really like We're So Starving, but it's also like an intro track. You know, like I feel like it doesn't have as much meat as 9 in the Afternoon has. So I feel like I have to go with 9 in the Afternoon, but I really like We're So Starving, like just musically. A lot. Northern Downpour versus Mad as Rabbits. Dude, I don't know. I like both of those songs. I'm gonna go Northern Downpour. The Piano Knows Something I Don't Know versus Northern Downpour. I'm gonna go Northern Downpour again. Okay. I'm gonna say it. Passe Cheval versus Emperor's New Clothes. I'm going to Emperor's New Clothes. I'm going Emperor's New Clothes. I don't care what anyone says. It's my truth. And I fucking love that song. I don't care if anyone thinks it's cringy. I don't care if anyone thinks the music video was doing too much. I like that song. Build God Then We'll Talk versus Crazy Equals Genius. Easily Build God. That's definitely going to be another high ranker, but I do like Crazy Equals Genius a lot. And that song gets a lot of hate too. I like it. I don't care what anyone says. Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks versus Let's Kill Tonight. 2 mid songs. And I know I'm being opinionated and rude, but I respect the art, okay? I'm not trying to diss the music, but I have my opinions on it and I want to talk about it, okay? Let me have my fun. Is it crazy if I say Let's Kill Tonight? I fear that Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks is like my least favorite song on A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And Let's Kill Tonight is kind of a bop, so we're rolling with it. Memories versus The Only Difference, ... We'll go The Only Difference. No matter how many times I listen to A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, the song titles like do not stick in my brain. Yeah, The Only Difference for sure. I'm never gonna be able to finish this video. I cannot believe what I got myself into, but like I have to see it through now. I have to see it through. I hope people fucking watch this because I'm on number 47 and it's been about half an hour of filming and I have 3,403 of these to do. I'm gonna keep saying it because girl, what? Okay, Casual Affair versus Hallelujah, I guess. What? Why am I doing this? One thing about me is I do not care about a Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die song. If you see me on my phone, it's because I'm pulling up the songs and listening to them. I know them, but I feel like some of them, I have to hear them back to back to decide. I don't like either of these songs. I guess Hallelujah, but I don't know. There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered versus The Overpass. Tables. Impossible Year versus I Have Friends in Holy Spaces. I Have Friends in Holy Spaces. We should talk about that song more. I remember when I first moved out, I lived in this townhouse and all I wanted to do was like host and throw parties. And we had this one party that was like an open mic potluck thing where like we had acoustic guitars and microphones and stuff and people could just play music and do spoken word. And this one guy that was like, he was like a friend, like a new friend that I didn't know super well. He came and he played I Have Friends in Holy Spaces, and he did not strike me as a Panic at the Disco fan. And he played an acoustic cover of it, and I was gagged. I was like, wow, you never hear someone cover that song. I never even hear anyone talk about that song. Love it. Yes. Miss Jackson versus Saturday Night Miss Jackson. I don't want to hear Saturday Night. But It's Better If You Do versus Hey Look Ma, I Made It. But It's Better If You Do. I don't want to hear Hey Look Ma, I Made It. I just don't. Girls, Girls, Boys versus Build God. Build God. Come on. Far Too Young to Die versus Victorious. I like Victorious. Shut up! I like that song. And I'm not afraid to say it. I feel like people are going to watch this and be like, I also like that song. Like, we like that album. I don't know. I feel like people don't like that album from the bit of discourse that I've seen. And also, like, I am a big Panic at the Disco fan, but I feel like I'm not super involved in the fandom. I guess I'm inserting myself now by making this video, but like, I don't follow like a lot of discourse about the band. So my perceptions may be way off on what I think that people like and don't like. If you see the light changing, it's because the sun is going down outside my house, okay? It's time to lock in. She Had the World versus Northern Downpour. Both great songs that make me want to fucking... But I'm gonna go Northern Downpour. Build God, Then We'll Talk versus Sad Clown. Bruh, you're gonna give me a Fever song versus a Viva Las Vengeance song and think it's even gonna be a competition? Shut up. Shut up. Death of a Bachelor versus Casual Affair. Death of a Bachelor, easy. Death of a Bachelor versus Northern Downpour, bro. Northern Downpour. But It's Better If You Do versus Mad as Rabbits. Ah! Ah! How am I supposed to choose? Fuck! Okay. Okay, I don't even need to listen to Mad as Rabbits. But It's Better If You Do. Come on. But Mad as Rabbits is a very good, pretty odd song. I do like that song a lot. I hope you guys can like see me and this is bright enough because the sun is going down. I thought that I was going to be able to film this video before the sun went down. Like, I thought I was going to be able to be done with it in an hour. I don't know what I was thinking. I knew that there was going to be like a lot of pairings, but I guess I didn't realize that 83 songs all individually paired against each other equates to 3,403. We're on number 86. 9 in the Afternoon versus I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Now, why would you make me choose? Now, why would you make me choose? Girl, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Sins. I'm gonna go... Oh, my microphone. I'm gonna go with Sins. I don't care. Leave me alone. Nearly Witches... Nearly Witches versus Build God, Then We'll Talk. Two of my favorite songs in the band's discography. My heart says Build God. But like Nearly Witches is so good, bro. Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time versus Casual Affair. Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time. Girl, I love that song. She Had the World versus Nearly Witches. I'm gonna go Nearly Witches. Also, okay, I was on tour with a band earlier this year that I was playing guitar for, and it was all boys. It was like 6 or 7 boys and then me, and some of them like I had never met before we left on the tour, and we were in the van and we had like a Spotify jam going, and I queued Nearly Witches, and they were all playing like pop punk and like hardcore and whatever, and I queued Nearly Witches, and I was kind of like, I don't know if this is gonna be the vibe, but I want to listen to this song, so I'm putting it on the jam. And one of the guys that I had like just met like the day before, a couple of days before, and we had been on the road together, was like, who queued that last song? Like, what was that song called? That was so sick. And I was like, that was me. Nearly Witches by Panic at the Disco, girl. So good for my ego. Okay, That Green Gentleman versus Miss Jackson. That Green Gentleman. I Have Friends in Holy Spaces versus Silver Lining. It's gonna be Silver Lining. That's not what I meant to say. It's gonna be I Have Friends in Holy Spaces every time, babe. It's gonna be I Have Friends in Holy Spaces every time. Fulkin' Around versus Middle of a Breakup. Did anyone listen to Viva Las Vengeance? Like, I don't think I know any Panic at the Disco fans that even listened to that album. No hate. No hate. Did anyone listen to it? Because I feel like I'm like saying these song titles. I had never heard of them until I listened to it specifically so I could make this video. Am I being evil? Sorry, folking around. Something About Maggie versus Nicotine. I'm gonna go with Nicotine, but I will say that Something About Maggie was one of the songs that I did kind of vibe to on Viva Las Vengeance. The Ballad of Mona Lisa versus Emperor's New Clothes. I'm gonna go with Emperor's New Clothes. Bite me. Have some composure. Where is your posture? Hey Look Ma, I Made It versus Victorious. I feel like those songs like have similar vibes, but Victorious is so much better, in my opinion, which is correct. I saw a TikTok the other day that was about She Had the World, and they were talking about that line that's like, I'm sure I didn't ruin her, I just made her more interesting. And this girl was like, the way I would be so pissed if a man ever wrote a lyric like that about me. And points were made. Do You Know What I'm Seeing versus Sad Clown. I don't want to see, I almost wish that I just didn't put the Viva Las Vengeance songs in here, but we're doing the whole discography, so Do You Know What I'm Seeing. Sarah Smiles versus Always. Sarah Smiles! I love that song. I kind of slept on that song for a long time. I just like slept on a lot of Vices and Virtues, honestly. And I don't really know why. Like, I always thought that I had listened to that album quite a bit, and then I sort of realized that I hadn't listened to it as much as I thought I did. And I've been into it this year. I'm only 139 in. This is insane. My camera died. I'm locking back in. Why did I do this? Guys, it's like we're having a sleepover. It's like we're having a sleepover. Ha! We're on question 150 out of over 3,000, so. I Write Sins Not Tragedies versus I Constantly Thank God for Esteban. I really like I Constantly Thank God for Esteban, but I think I Write Sins Not Tragedies is gonna win on this one. This is gonna take so long. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Guys, I'm getting scared. The fuck? Okay, Nearly Witches versus The Only Difference Between Martyrdom and Suicide. I'm gonna go Nearly Witches. I'm doing it. I Write Sins Not Tragedies versus Dying in LA. Sins! Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time versus Don't Let the Light Go Out. Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't ask me stupid questions. How about that? Crazy Equals Genius versus Old Fashioned. I'm gonna go Crazy Equals Genius. I like that song. That song has a lot of nostalgia for me too. I've heard people say that they think that that's like the worst Panic at the Disco song of all time, but I like it. I think that song's fun. It's a bop. Girls, Girls, Boys versus But It's Better If You Do. But It's Better If You Do. Intermission versus Trade Mistakes. Intermission. I like the intermission track on A Fever You Can't Sweat Out a lot. It's very, very fun and nice. The other day I was at the gym and I was listening to A Fever You Can't Sweat Out and intermission came on and it somehow looped like multiple times because I was listening to it for so long. I definitely listened to it at least 3 or 4 times through. And I was like, I don't remember this track being so long. Like, wow, they really were doing the most here. Going from the electronic to the piano music, back to the electronic, back to the piano music, back to the electronic, back to the piano music. And then I realized that the song was looping. So, yeah. Star Spangled Banger. I saw that title on the Viva Las Vengeance tracklist and was like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing really? Versus Far Too Young to Die. I guess Far Too Young to Die. Oh my God. I cannot believe how long this is going to take, bro. I need to get at least 1,000 in tonight. And I'm at 200. I'm not even at 200. I need to burn through some of these right now. So I'm going to just go and do it. And I'll talk about the ones that I think I need to talk about. Okay. So we're going to move through. I'm going to get us to like 200 or 250 right now. Okay, I Constantly Thank God for Esteban versus Crazy Equals Genius. Honestly, it's hard. And many will say that it should not be a hard choice. I'm going to say it is a hard choice, but I'm going to go with I Constantly Thank God for Esteban. But Crazy Equals Genius, I like that song a lot, guys. I like that song a lot. Oh. Oh, I just remembered I didn't put New Perspective on here. And that would have been a high ranker. Forgive me. I didn't put, and I don't think I can add it now. I'm scared. I don't want to have to start over. I didn't put New Perspective in. Okay, New Perspective is definitely top 15 or 20. I know some people will say that it's the number one Panic at the Disco song. I don't know about all that. But shit. I'm going to just start burning through these. I feel like I don't need to tell you guys every time that I vote A Fever You Can't Sweat Out or A Pretty Odd Song over a Viva Las Vengeance song. Like, we know what's going on here. We know the vibes. Okay, here's one. Emperor's New Clothes versus Miss Jackson. What would you pick? I'm going to go with Emperor's New Clothes, actually, because I really like that song. Emperor's New Clothes versus She's a Handsome Woman. Am I going to get burned at the stake if I vote a Death of a Bachelor song above a Pretty Odd song? You know what? It doesn't matter because I'm thinking about it and She's a Handsome Woman is such a good song. But again, two totally different songs. Like, those albums are so different, it's hard to compare them. I write Sins Not Tragedies versus Crazy Equals Genius. Honestly, I thought about it. And it's I write Sins Not Tragedies. There's a good reason these tables are numbered, honey. You just haven't thought of it yet versus Say Amen in parentheses Saturday Night. I have to really think about this one. You guys, I'm just fucking with you. It's obviously there's a good reason these tables are turned. When you're in black slacks with I can't even say it. When you're in black slacks with accentuating off-white pinstripes, whoa, everything goes according to plan. When haters try to say when you're in black slacks with accentuating off-white pinstripes, whoa, everything goes according to plan. Like, I don't know when you're in black slacks with whoa, everything goes according to plan. Trust me. I know about being in black slacks with accentuate. That's hard to say. I feel like it's not hard to say when I'm singing the song. Wow, what's wrong with me? Northern Downpour versus This Is Gospel. I think Northern Downpour, but they're close. Northern Downpour versus Build God, Then We'll Talk. It's gonna be Build God. Miss Jackson versus The Ballad of Mona Lisa. Those songs are like similar in my mind. They're very adjacent to one another. Those are both Vices and Virtues songs, right? Yeah. I'm going to say Miss Jackson. No, Miss Jackson is a Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die song. And that's one of the only songs on that album that like I kind of vibe with. That's dramatic. I like that album. I rock with it enough. But there's a lot of tracks on it that I'm just like, I didn't find super memorable. But Miss Jackson is one of them that I like. It was the single, right? I'm going to go with Ballad of Mona Lisa though. Behind the Sea versus Crazy Equals Genius. I'm going to go Crazy Equals Genius. And I would like to say I've been filming for about an hour and 20 minutes and it is now officially completely dark outside. And we are 262 songs in out of 3,000. 9 in the Afternoon versus Sarah Smiles. That's hard. Sarah Smiles is a great song, but I think 9 in the Afternoon is better. I remember when I was like probably 14, I had my piano teacher teach me 9 in the Afternoon. And she was like, this is an interesting song. I also had her teach me Brand New songs. If y'all know the band Brand New. Not that they were even piano songs, but I just was like, will you show me how to play this? And she'd be like, yeah. And I remember she would look at the lyrics and be like, this guy seems interesting. Talking about Brand New, talking about Jessie Lacey. This was pre Brand New, like cancellation and allegations. But yeah, my piano teacher taught me 9 in the Afternoon at one point when I was like 14 or 15. Girls, Girls, Boys versus Northern Downpour. I'm gonna go Northern Downpour. Northern Downpour versus 9 in the Afternoon. My heart is telling me to say Northern Downpour, but that's really hard. I'm going to go Northern Downpour because that's what my heart is telling me. I'm trying to go fast. The light is like starting to hurt my eyes and I'm starting to get I feel like it's starting to give me a little bit of a migraine. So we might have to be done for today soon. We're 1/10 of the way through this, guys. I'm just starting to go off instinct. I just see them and I'm going for it. I'm not even thinking about it. Can you guys see me losing the will to live? Are you watching this like suck the life out of me? This is actually fun. I like talking about bands and music, but like, holy shit, I didn't realize what I was getting myself into with this. Hurricane hasn't shown up yet. I love that song, literally just for the intro, the little bass slide at the beginning. I think that song is so cool. So we're going Hurricane. Some of these are so hard to pick. Like Northern Downpour versus I Constantly Thank God for Esteban. Those could have been made by two different bands. And I love both of those songs. But I think I have to go with I Constantly Thank God for Esteban. But I like them in different ways, you know. But following my heart. Ooh, Sarah Smiles versus That Green Gentleman, Things Have Changed. I'm going to go with Things Have Changed. Things have changed for me, and that's okay. I'm losing my mind. I have a headache, and I'll say, why am I doing this? Someone help. I don't feel so good. I'm dying slowly. This is hard. There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered versus But It's Better If You Do. I'm going to go with There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered. Anytime that song comes on, I'm singing every word, which is true for most of A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, but those are two of my favorites. They will definitely be high rankers. I'm going to be disappointed in myself because I don't know what the ranking is going to be. It's just giving me 2 at a time. And I hope that my top rankings are like kind of diverse and maybe surprising. And I'm going to be a little disappointed if it's all just A Fever You Can't Sweat Out songs, but I don't think it will be. Ooh, I Constantly Thank God for Esteban versus Lying is the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off. I feel like the Fever songs are hard to pick. I would like to do a video. I mean, I guess we'll see at the end of this video, but I would like to do a video just talking about A Fever You Can't Sweat Out and ranking those songs. We'll get there. I'm starting really broad, I guess. It like goes through phases of like giving me the same song like against itself like a couple times in a row. Like I just got kind of a bunch of That Green Gentleman, Things Have Changed against other songs, and I was just like, That Green Gentleman, That Green Gentleman, That Green Gentleman. I know that song's gonna be a high ranker. I like that one a lot. She Had the World versus I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Okay, I'm like voting I Write Sins Not Tragedies high, but I feel like it's not even a song that I listen to a lot because it's like such a hit and I've heard it so much that I don't like put it on very often unless I'm listening to A Fever You Can't Sweat Out in full. And so it's like, it feels like I shouldn't rank it high, but like I just have to because it's a great song. But like, okay, this last one, She Had the World versus I Write Sins Not Tragedies. I feel like I listen to She Had the World more and I like that song a lot. But I do think that I Write Sins Not Tragedies is just like a better song and it's so iconic. And some of the hits, like I don't want to hear them, like especially the newer ones, like Hey Look Ma, I Made It and Saturday Night and whatever. But I Write Sins Not Tragedies hits every time. Okay, wait, I just went through a couple of good ones and I didn't talk about them. So hold on, let me rewind. I was locked in. There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered, Honey, You Just Haven't Thought of It Yet versus Sarah Smiles. 2 great songs. It's gonna be There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered. I think that one's gonna end up being a number 1 for sure. And then Build God Then We'll Talk versus Victorious. Build God Then We'll Talk is also going to be like a tough competitor. That one could be number 1 as well. And then I have There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered versus That Green Gentleman. And I think it's got to be There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered, but That Green Gentleman is going to be a high ranker as well. Like, I know which ones are going to be high rankers, but doing all of these questions is, like, really confirming that for me. I'm so tired of doing this. This sucks. What is Don't Let the Light Go Out? Is that a Viva Las Vengeance song? Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time versus Let's Kill Tonight. Oh, I've been downvoting Let's Kill Tonight. I like that song, actually. Ooh, I Write Sins Not Tragedies versus Nearly Witches, in parentheses, Ever Since We Met. Nearly Witches. I love that song. I think that's a great, 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 great song. I think that one's going to be a really high ranker as well. I recently, was debating if that's the best song Panic at the Disco has ever made. What do you guys think? Do you think Nearly Witches, Ever Since We Met, is the best song that American rock band Panic at the Disco has ever made? Because I think it might be. And I think I kind of slept on it for a while. Like, I always knew that song. But semi-recently, like within the past 6 months, I've just been like, this song is amazing. It's so good. It might be number one. I don't know. I don't know what number one is going to be. I'm like, it's going to be hard. I have to take a break. Okay, hold on. Hey, I'm back. I just had to take a break for like an hour because it's now dark outside and I was sitting in the dark room with the ring light just picking Panic at the Disco songs over and over and over and over, and I started to feel like my brain was actually breaking. So I had to take a little break. It's cold out too, so I got my hoodie on. I got my Cheez-Its. I got my LaCroix. I got my laptop. I think we're like 600 in out of 3,000. We're really in sleepover vibes now, okay? And I think I'm gonna try to at least get to 1,000 tonight. I would love to just do it all and just finish and not have this be a multi-day thing, but I don't know how that's gonna go, to be honest. It might start going quickly, like especially because now I'm realizing that I don't need to talk about every single one and I can just click through them. We're on number 596 out of 3,403. This is insane. But I think if I just treat it like a meditation, it'll be cool. We're locked in, bro. I'm trying to be as locked in as I possibly can. I feel this like behind my eyes. Like this is crazy. I've said that many times in this video. This is crazy. I thought this was going to be chill. This is the least chill thing I've ever done. Why am I doing this? But I can't stop now. I literally have to see this through. Sarah Smiles versus I Have Friends in Holy Spaces. Maybe Sarah Smiles? Those are close. I'm just like going off of instinct. I'm trying to go fast as fuck right now. And then we're gonna look at the list at the end. Like, I'm just trying to get us to the list at the end at this point. Fuck the commentary. From a Mountain in the Middle of the Cabins versus Hurricane. Difficult. I'm gonna say Mountain in the Middle of the Cabins. Cause I just like that intro lyric. The lying there with a halo in her hair, she cried. There are feathers everywhere. Okay, Dancing's Not a Crime is a good song. That's a fun song. Like, it's a pop song, but it's fun. I like it whenever it comes on. I'm vibing. I like it. Oh, I'm getting close to 1,000. I'm hitting my stride, guys. It's happening. I'm like scared I'm gonna click something wrong and then my list is gonna be all messed up, especially after like putting this much work into it. It needs to be right. But also like going quickly, I feel like is not giving me time to second guess myself, which is good. I think we've like gone through every song now and it's different pairings of them, which is making it feel faster, like because I'm just recognizing them and I kind of know what's coming. I'm gonna put Roaring 20s over Miss Jackson. I don't care. What is Turn Off the Lights? I feel like I've like checked that song multiple times. Oh yeah, I literally have it up. I can't remember how the song sounds. It's not bad. I actually like it better than Casual Affair, but it's like I cannot remember that song. And I listen to Vices and Virtues like decently often too. So I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I'm flying through these. I'm in a flow state. When you decide to take a 3,400 question Panic at the Disco song ranking quiz and genuinely enter flow state. I'm so locked in right now. I don't even have to question my answers. I just know. When I was starting, I was questioning everything, but now it's all clear to me now. It's all become obvious. Like 9 in the afternoon versus Saturday night. Come on. The answers were inside of me all along, and I wanted to question my instincts for the sake of conversation, but now fuck it. Oh! Okay, I made it to question 1,000. Like it's nothing. Let's go. This is chill as shit. Am I cursing too much? Is this gonna fuck up my video? I'm like not a YouTuber. I'm just a girl that likes music. Okay? And I'm trying to make more videos because I find that it's fun to talk to people about stuff and to talk about stuff that I love, that I'm interested in, and to get comments back and get to discuss and hear other people's takes and stuff. And so I want to make more stuff like this, but I don't know. Is all this swearing gonna fuck up my shit? Okay, interesting one. The only difference between martyrdom and suicide is press coverage versus build God, then we'll talk. Hard pick, but not super hard because it's gonna be build God, then we'll talk. That song is like so goated. That song, I think I need it tattooed on me, but I say that about a lot of songs. Do you ever like love a song so much you just feel like you need to get the title of it tattooed on your body? Because I feel that way about a lot of songs. I feel that way about Before the World Was Big by Girlpool. I feel that way about Build God Then We'll Talk by Panic at the Disco. I feel that way about the Wonder Years album, The Hum Goes On Forever. I have a Jeff Rosenstock song title tattooed on me called While You're Alive. But I'm like, do I really want all my tattoos to just be song titles? Like, just all over my body titles of songs that I love? Like, that's kind of crazy. So I'm trying to resist and like be more selective. My body is starting to ache. I'm making questionable decisions, but I'm just rolling with it. When you're dying in LA. I feel like it should be able to infer at this point, like the ones that should be lower. Like, do I have to answer Folkin' Around versus every single song in My Chemical Romance? Whoa. I just finished my My Chemical Romance album book club video. It's posted. It was the last video I posted if you want to check it out. And I guess I'm still in the MCR mindset. 9 in the Afternoon versus Girls, Girls, Boys. 9 in the Afternoon. Sarah Smiles versus Ballad of Mona Lisa. Sarah Smiles. See, these ones are interesting. That Green Gentleman versus Northern Downpour. That Green Gentleman. The Calendar versus Girls, Girls, Boys. Girls, Girls, Boys, I think. What do we think? What does the council declare? I'm gonna say Girls, Girls, Boys. This is my channel. Fuck you. I would like to make more videos like this, but if anyone knows a better way to do something like this, please let me know. I wanted to make one of those like tree things where it's like a bunch of lists and then you pick one from each and then you pick those and you pick one from each and then you eventually get to the best one in the center and you can sort of see the tiers, but I couldn't remember what those were called and I couldn't find a website online that did that, so I'm here. But this just does not seem like the most efficient way to do this, man. There must be a simpler way. This just seems extra. What the fuck is Turn Off the Lights? Is that same Vices and Virtues song that I cannot remember what it is? Yeah. I feel like I should be ranking it low because I can't for the life of me remember what it is. And 4 times in the filming of this video, I've been like, what is Turn Off the Lights? And I look at it and I listen to it. I'm like, oh, it's this one. But I still want to rank it above the Viva Las Vengeance songs because I'm going to be real with you guys. I didn't want to say it at the beginning of the video, but I listened to that album for the first time today because I knew I was going to be making this video. And I didn't listen to the album in full because almost every song I was skipping because I was just like, what in the classic rock is going on here? If I had to guess generally how the ranking is gonna sit, and I would love to make a more in-depth video ranking the albums against each other and more thoroughly going through it, but just spitballing, I don't know, I could sort of talk myself out of this and rearrange it, but I feel like it would be at the bottom, Viva Las Vengeance, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, Pray for the Wicked, and Vices and Virtues. Actually kind of I could give or take that next slot. I feel like I like them equally, actually, which, don't come for me. Then I would say Death of a Bachelor, then Pretty Odd, then A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, roughly. I just put Crazy Equals Genius above Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks. And what are you gonna do about it? I'm gonna finish this tonight. Yeah. Dude, Nearly Witches versus High Hopes. 2 of their best songs. How will I pick? Am I being an asshole? Be honest with me. I like Victorious. Double Bubble Disco Queen. Headed for the Guillotine. Fun ass song. Haters are just mad because it's fun. Sometimes things can just be fun. And that's okay. Dancing's Not a Crime, Victorious, those songs, they're just fun. They're fun to listen to. They're fun to sing along to. And I'm not mad about that. Live a little. Let go a little. 9 in the Afternoon versus Victorious, 9 in the Afternoon. I'm still so bitter that I did not put New Perspective in here, because that would have probably been a top 10 to 15. But I don't know. I'll try to place it when I get the final list. 9 in the Afternoon versus Build God, Then We'll Talk. It's gonna be Build God. But they're close. I keep saying, that's all I'm saying. I'm like, oh, this versus this, it's gonna be this, but they're close. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I love Pretty Odd. I love Pretty Odd so much. Okay, I'm vibing now. I was like struggling for a minute there. I'm chilling. This is fun. I'm having fun again. What was the Panic song? Okay, I'm gonna sound like a fake fan right now maybe, but listen, my brain is so overloaded with this quiz. What was the Panic song that had the music video with the porno mime? Where the guy was a mime and he was doing his mime shows and he was like pretending to do pornographic acts, and then all the women in the crowd were like, What was that video? It was a Fever video for sure. Oh, it was Build God, Then We'll Talk. Yeah, I should have known. Northern Downpour, like sometimes I listen to that song and I'm like, this just makes me want to end it all. Like in a good way. It's like good feels. I hope I'm not flying through these too fast for y'all. Let me know and I'll upload the whole fucking 4-hour piece of footage of me answering every single one of these 3,400 questions. But I'm trying to keep it moving for everyone's sake. Mad as Rabbits is a good ass song. Oh, I hear my cat. Banana! Do you guys want to see my cat? Wow, real sleepover vibes. Come here. This is my son, Banana. I think we're getting him a little brother soon. I love him very much. He's very food motivated and he's a big ass boy. Oh, he's drooling on me. Okay, Banana, mommy needs to lock in. Mommy has work to do. Let's Kill Tonight versus Victorious. I'm gonna go Let's Kill Tonight. Dying in LA. My sister and I were both Panic at the Disco fans, like when we were younger. And I remember when Dying in LA came out on Death of a Bachelor, and we would always be like, when you're dying in LA. When you're dying in LA. Like we just quoted that song all the time. Y'all, this is the vibe. I'm posted up. I just ate some Cheez-Its. I'm taking a 3,000 question Panic at the Disco quiz, talking about it on camera, and petting my cat. I write Since Not Tragedies versus Northern Downpour. What if I told you I want to pick Northern Downpour? What if I told you I'm going to pick Northern Downpour? Anytime it's giving me a Viva Las Vengeance song versus a Fever You Can't Sweat Out song, I'm like, what are we even doing? Like, this technology should be smart enough to know by now that it's just immediately going to be the Fever song. What if I just had AI analyze my brain and just make this list for me? But then where would the fun be in that? If I said, hey, ChatGPT, go through my Spotify information and just tell me what my favorite Panic at the Disco songs are. No, then I wouldn't get to suffer. I wonder how long this video is going to be. I feel like usually when I make videos, they're like maybe 15 minutes. I thought this one was gonna be something like that. I think this bitch is gonna end up being like an hour long. Did my laptop just die on me as I was plugging it in? Ugh! So how have you been? What band do you guys think is better? Panic at the Disco or Fall Out Boy? And I know everyone's gonna feel like they should say Fall Out Boy, but like tell me what you really think. Build God, Then We'll Talk versus But It's Better If You Do. What does the council think? I know the correct answer, and it's Build God, Then We'll Talk. So let's select that and move forward. This is Gospel versus The Calendar. I'm going to say this is Gospel. 9 in the Afternoon versus Hurricane. I'm going to say 9 in the Afternoon. See, these are the questions that we need to be asking. I do not like the song The Good, the Bad, and the Dirty, and I keep having to upvote it because it keeps coming up versus a Viva Las Vengeance song, and I'm like, I guess it's better, but like, I think that's my least favorite song on Death of a Bachelor, TBH. Come on, give me a hard one. Give me a hard one. I want to question my life. Lying is the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off versus The Overpass. We're gonna go with Lying is the most fun a girl can have because of the cultural impact. But The Overpass is a damn good song. And listen, if you're a Panic at the Disco fan and you don't really like Pray for the Wicked, or you don't really listen to it, or you never give it a chance, listen to that song. I like that song. I think it's cool. It's big band. It's sick. I think that song's epic even. I would use the word epic to describe The Overpass. And I think that we don't talk about it enough because I think that people brush off that album, you know, but I like it. I'm an Overpass truther. You know what? I would even go as far to say I'm a Pray for the Wicked truther. And I don't think a lot of people would be brave enough to say that. You know, earlier this year I was in college and I was just doing schoolwork all the time. And I never had any free time to do the things that I wanted to do. Or when I did, it was very, very little and very, very restricted. And now I have free time, and this is what I'm choosing to do with it. Take a 3,000 question quiz about Panic at the Disco that I created myself. Sick and twisted, what do they call it? Cruel and unusual punishment of my own creation. For what? For being an emo girl? And before anyone comes in my comments and says, Panic at the Disco isn't real emo, or this isn't real emo, or that isn't real emo, I don't want to hear it. You all know what I mean. Nearly Witches versus But It's Better If You Do. We're going Nearly Witches. I just teared up a little. I'm getting emotional. These are hard choices that I'm having to make, and I'm doing it for us, and I'm doing it for the good of the council. When you're dying in LA. I need my LaCroix, but it's out of arm's reach and I'm locked in. Can one of you guys hand it to me? When you're dying in LA. Every time it shows up, I have to stim on it. Once again, I'm voting a Pray for the Wicked song above a Fever You Can't Sweat Out song, and that's going to be the Overpass over Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks. I don't really like Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks. That's maybe the only song on that album that's a skip for me. I want to say A Fever You Can't Sweat Out is a no skip album, and it is. Like, I'll listen to Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks, but it's just not my fave. I'm gonna finish this tonight. I didn't expect this to become my whole day, but this is becoming my whole day. Death of a Bachelor versus Let's Kill Tonight. I'm going Let's Kill Tonight. That was unexpected. I just surprised myself. I just let my instincts take over, and I shocked even myself. You guys just watched that happen in real time. Girls, Girls, Boys versus This Is Gospel. These are two songs that are very similar in my mind as well. I think because I would often watch the music videos back to back when I was a child. Teenager. I'm going This Is Gospel. We're almost at 1800. I'm doing really good. Are you guys proud of me? We're going into the nonverbal portion of the video right now. See, why is it gonna ask me the good, the bad, and the dirty versus 9 in the afternoon when I've upvoted 9 in the afternoon a million times and I've downvoted the good, the bad, and the dirty a million times? I mean, not a million, but probably freaking close to it at this point. Oh my god, it's getting bad again. We've arrived at question 2037 at Sophie's Choice question. There's a good reason these tables are numbered, honey, you just haven't thought of it yet. When you're in black slacks with accentuating off-white pinstripes, whoa. Everything goes according to plan. I'm the new Cancer, never looked better, you can't stand it. And you say so under your breath, you're reading lips, when did he get all confident? Versus Nearly Witches. Ever since we met, I only shoot up with your perfume. The halftime chorus. I can't choose. I think I'm going to go with Nearly Witches. And I think if you asked me this question 6 months ago, like from literally any time from when I was 14 until like 6 months ago, the answer would have been there's a good reason these tables are numbered. But I think I have to go with Nearly Witches. Like, that song is so good. I'm doing it. 2503 out of 3403. Guys, 900 questions left. We're almost done. Only 900 more. That Green Gentleman, Things Have Changed versus 9 in the afternoon. I'm going That Green Gentleman. I got another hard one. Okay, this was one of the big ones that I knew it was going to come. Question number 2716. There's a good reason these tables are numbered, honey. You just haven't thought of it yet. Versus Build God, Then We'll Talk. I gotta go with Build God. Oh, I have a hard one. I'm on question 3400, and it's Northern Downpour versus Sarah Smiles. And I really don't know which one to pick. I feel like I want to pick Sarah Smiles. I don't know. I'm going to go with Sarah Smiles, but that's really hard, honestly. Okay, last one. Question 3403. Build God, Then We'll Talk versus Girl That You Love. Before I click on this, because I don't know if it's going to show me my results, I'm going to guess. I think I know for sure that my top 3 are going to be... Number 1's going to be Nearly Witches. Number 2 is going to be Build God, Then We'll Talk. And then number 3 is going to be There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Turned. I think That Green Gentleman is going to be in top 5. And I think either Sarah Smiles or Northern Downpour, which I guess if I just voted on Sarah Smiles over Northern Downpour, that means that Sarah Smiles will be in there. But I don't know. I think Cami Sato is also going to be high, but It's Better If You Do is going to be high. 9 in the Afternoon, I would think would be high, but I think I voted a lot of things above that song. What else? I was upvoting Emperor's New Clothes a lot, and I did upvote The Overpass a lot, but I don't think that one's going to be wildly high. Okay. Last question. It's been 7 hours since I started filming this video. Let's see the final results. Okay, the results are in and they are not what I expected. Actually, I thought I knew what they were going to be. I'm surprised. So coming in first place, in my opinion, out of Panic at the Disco's entire discography with 82 upvotes was Build God, Then We'll Talk. Second place with 81 upvotes was Nearly Witches. Third place with 80 upvotes was There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered, Honey. You just haven't thought of it yet. So I got my top 3 right, but I thought that Nearly Witches would be above Build God. And I think if you asked me, I would tell you that it was. But according to the data, according to the statistics, apparently it's not. Number 4 with 79 upvotes is But It's Better If You Do. Number 5 is The Only Difference Between Martyrdom and Suicide is Press Coverage. Number 6, That Green Gentleman. Number 7, Cami Sato. Number 8, Time to Dance. Number 9, I Constantly Thank God for Esteban. So lots of A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And then number 10 was Northern Downpour. I would have thought that one would have been a little higher, but that makes sense. Let's look a little more. At number 11, I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Number 12 was Sarah Smiles. If you asked me, I would place that one a little higher. But the data's telling us otherwise, so. 13 is 9 in the Afternoon. Then This Is Gospel. Then She Had the World. Lying Is the Most Fun a Girl Can Have Without Taking Her Clothes Off. Hurricane. Death of a Bachelor. Emperor's New Clothes. London Beckons Songs About Money Written by Machines. Girls, Girls, Boys. From a Mountain in the Middle of the Cabins, Mad as Rabbits, Let's Kill Tonight, and The Overpass. So that was the top 25. I'm not going to read the whole list of 83. At the very bottom, it's literally all just Viva Las Vengeance. Let me see. Other than Viva Las Vengeance songs, at the bottom, I have The Good, the Bad, and the Dirty, Casual Affair, Hey Look Ma, I Made It, Saturday Night, Colorful, Girl That You Love, Hallelujah, Silver Lining. I guess like just a lot of the overplayed radio stuff. Dying in LA, it wound up low. Dying in LA wound up at number 56, even though I was stimming on it. The Calendar wound up at 27. I would have thought that one might have been a little bit higher because I was gassing it up the whole time. Great chorus. I'll say it again. Let me think. I want to think where I would put New Perspective because I'm still salty that I forgot to add New Perspective in. I think I would put New Perspective. Let's see. Where's 9 in the Afternoon? 13. I guess I would put New Perspective in between Sarah Smiles and 9 in the Afternoon. So at number 13. Again, if you were to ask, like, I think that's where it would have ended up in the data. If you were to ask me, I would probably put Sarah Smiles. I would probably say that I like Sarah Smiles more than Cami Sato. And I would probably say that I like New Perspective more than that song too. But the data shows what the data shows. Yeah, that's crazy. We did it. 7 hours. Panic at the Disco's entire discography. Holy freaking moly, dude. That was crazy. I'm really glad to be done. This was fun to make. Now that I know what I got myself into, let me know if y'all know a website I could do something like this on that would maybe be a little more time efficient. But it was nice to really accurately collect all the data and like just go through the entire discography. It just took forever. I'm working on a bunch of new videos, so subscribe if you want to stick around and leave a comment if there's anything that you would like to see from me. I'll rank another discography. I'll talk about an album. I have a couple of videos ranking just songs on albums. I did Collide with the Sky by Pierce the Veil and The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. And I kind of went more in depth to the actual songs, but just ranked the songs within the albums. So let me know if you want to see anything like that, any other music content, or any other stuff in general. You can check out my band, Two Headed Girl. Check out my Instagram page if you want, also at Two Headed Girl. I am going to go make dinner and probably fall asleep and hopefully not wake up tomorrow feeling hungover from doing this for 7 hours straight today. So Godspeed, and I will see you next time. Oh my God.